Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and we got another sizable hotfix. It's about 404 megabytes. It's for the 1.4.1 beta patch, and it has some significant fixes and changes. Like I said in all the hotfix videos I've been making this week, the devs stated that there will be more hotfixes to be released before the next big beta and move to live because there are significant problems that need to be fixed. I believe that there will be one or more hotfixes after this one because the devs have hinted that the beta is still not as stable as they want it and the new beta is still being finished. Also, like always, I have a script. It's going to be on the screen right now. You guys can translate it, look at it, do all that type of stuff. It will also be in the description like always. Also, if you want to check out some of the most recent hotfix changes, because there's been one literally daily, I have videos talking about all of them. The links to all of them will be down below, and they will be in order. Also, the link to this hotfix post on their forum will also be down in the description. So go check that out if you want to see the the devs post it themselves. So let's get into today's hotfix pretty much. So there's a lot. There's a huge amount. That's why it's pretty much 400 megabytes. But yeah, there's a lot of significant changes and nerfs in my opinion. So first one. They fixed a crash where certain level 2 castles would cause a crash when the player started a siege. Crash fix is always good to see. I never really got this crash in any of my playthroughs, but it was significant. I've seen other people on the forum talk about it, so it's always a good fix to see. They also fixed another crash with corrupted saves being loaded. Devs state that it does not crash the game now, but they did not state that the save will work. So pretty much now, if a save is corrupted, your game won't crash, but it will not load the save. Next, they fixed the final perk of one-handed and two-handed skills. If we go right over here, go to character, and as we can see, the one-handed and two-handed perks, the last skill pretty much gives you attack speed and damage increase after the level 250 for each one. I'm pretty sure two-handed is the same thing, right? Yes. And what happened was a lot of AI had very high one-handed or two-handed skill, and their swing speed was insane. And pretty much if you got paired against them in a tournament, you would never win. So it's a good fix to see. Hopefully the whole AI tournament thing gets fixed with this change that they did. Next, they did fix a problem with kingdoms having multiple relations between other kingdoms. Devs state that this will get rid of some of the problems with rapid wars being declared and peace being made. I think this is huge. I think and hopefully kingdoms will go back to having 1 or 2 wars at a time, because currently if you are playing on this patch, there's been a lot of fixes with the recent hotfixes that we had, like truce periods and other AI fixes, but this seems like it will kind of get really close to a complete fix, but we'll have to see how it actually works in the time to come. Next, this is a huge one. There's a lot here. So huge economic and fief changes. So the devs said that about 30% of towns and 50% of castles were experiencing starvation regularly, right? The devs have improved a lot of things to help this pretty much. So I'm pretty much going to list them off and what I think about each change, and that's how we're going to do it. So first, settlements with less food offer to pay more to caravans for food. So this will also boost caravan earnings. So pretty much if a settlement does not have enough food or they're starving, whenever a caravan comes by, they will offer them a lot more for their food, which will in turn, if you own that caravan, you will earn more. Next, overall village production has increased. They have numbers, exactly how they increased. It's going to be on the screen right now, pretty much the economic changes, so you'll see exactly the numbers right there. Consumption of beer in settlements now gives a bonus to food storage. This is actually a huge change, even though it does not sound like it. Now buying beer from one town and giving it to your town will raise food and overall prosperity, because your food's going to be good, and prosperity goes off food. Also, breweries have a bigger purpose now than just being a workshop. I think that towns with breweries will do very good, and I think that maybe breweries will provide a lot more income as of right now. Next we have is fief garrisons now grow in connection to villages connected to the fief, to said fief, right? So the garrison is only going to grow as big as your villages grow. If your villages are doing poorly, your garrison is going to do poorly as well. What I suggest is you fight more bandits around your fief. Oh, sorry about that. You fight more bandits around your fief and you get rid of hideouts to help your villages grow faster and without interruption. The devs stated that with all these economic changes that I just said, now only 10% of towns will starve and 30% of castles will starve, but they said this is caused by war and normal in-game features, like it's not a bug now. So that's all the economic changes. Now here's another huge change that came with this hotfix. Policies were nerfed very hard when it comes to influence, super hard. And I'm going to literally explain to you every single policy that got changed, and it's crazy, really. But personally, before we get into it, I do not think this is a good change. Influence was already hard to get, but I will admit, once you have a good amount of influence, it feels like you never run out, regardless of what you do. So maybe this will help with the inflation, because the dev stated that there was a huge influence inflation. But yeah, I'm going to pretty much list all the policies, and I'm going to show them on the screen to you right now. So let's go to the policies under kingdoms. There we go. So the first one that was changed was Sacred Magistry. So it now only gives you 2 influence per day. It used to give you 5 as the ruling clan. And the non-ruling clans used to lose 1 influence per day, but now they lose 0.5. Next one we have is Royal Guard. So Royal Guard now only increases your party by 50. That used to be 80. And you do not gain influence from it anymore. Castle Charters does not give any influence anymore. It used to be +1 influence per castle that you owned. Next one is Military Coronet. Now it gives you 20% more influence instead of 30% more influence. Then we have Feudal Inheritance. And that now gives clans 0.1 influence per fief instead of 0.2. Then we have Magistrates, which is right over here. Now does not give influence. It used to give +1 influence to ruler clans. Then we have Senate. Tier 3 clans gain 0.5 influence per day. It used to be +1 influence per day. Then we have Noble Retinues. Now tier 5 clans lose 1 influence per day and have a 30+ increase to party size. It used to be that tier 4 clans or above, right, gain +1 influence per day, and they also gain 50 party size per day. So now this one got completely changed. Compared to all the other ones where one thing was removed, this was completely changed. Next we have Lord's Privy Council. This one, tier 5 clans gain 0.5 influence per day. It used to be +1 influence per day. And then also, this is not a change to any of the policies, but it is a change to influence. If we check right over here, as you can see, settlement buildings, that pretty much is an influence gain per town that you own. Not fief, but town, right? And as you can see, I own, if I go right over here, I own 9, and I'm pretty sure 6 of them are towns. And it used to be +9, which was 1.5 influence per town. Now it is only 0.75 influence per town. And a long time ago, they've been nerfing this settlement building thing, because a long time ago, I'm pretty sure it used to be 3 per town. Then they went down to 1.5, and now currently, as of this hotfix, it is at 0.75 per town that you own. So that seems like everything that was fixed with regards to influence and policies. If I did miss something, please let me know, and I'll add it to the description below. But yeah, that's pretty much the huge influence nerf, and I think it's a crazy nerf. We'll see how it plays. We'll see how it's definitely going to be harder to gain influence now, but it is what it is, right? Okay, so now next fix was pretty much fief daily defaults have been nerfed pretty much to the ground. There's a lot of nerfs. So if we go to, let's go to our fief, go to manage castle. These right here, these daily defaults, if you own a castle or a town, these used to be +1, +15. They used to be kind of high. And as you can see right now, very, very, pretty much nothing in my opinion, right? I don't really like this change that much anyways, but I think this is due to the economical boost we received that I talked about earlier in this hotfix, right? The ones that give you bonus production, the villages, the fief garrisons, those ones that I just talked about. I think since they buffed that aspect of the game, they needed to nerf this aspect of the game. So we'll see how it plays, but yeah, like these increases are pretty much nothing, as you can see. 0.4, 0.1, very small now. And lastly, they did some minor fixes to the AI War and Peace declarations. It's a very vague description of the changes, but hopefully they are good ones, and they continue to fix the war problem. You know, we had a lot of fixes in the past, like, coming days, right? And we still haven't had, like, a long time to play through it without a new change, you know, every single day. So we have to see kind of in the future how everything pans out and how everything is, you know, changed. So that is the hotfix and all of the current changes as of earlier today. And if you know and if you watched all my other hotfix videos, I'm going to end it the same way as I ended all of those. I do want to thank the developers for staying active and bringing good changes. Regardless if I don't agree with the nerfs, I think that they're trying to make this game, you know, fair. They're trying to make this game fair, like, you know what I mean? Kind of grindy, but at the same time, they need to make good quality changes so stuff can't be exploited. Because if there's a lot of exploits in the game, it's not really a fun game. A good example is that game that I always talk about, that I used to make videos on. You can see what happened to that game, right? But yeah, it's an early access game, so guys, just do not expect the beta branches of an early access game to be stable. You know, it is a beta branch that's meant for playtesting and reporting. If you would like to play in a stable environment, please play on a stable live patch that's included with the game, right? So I have a video on how you can revert to a stable patch if you are currently playing on 1.4.1 and you don't enjoy it because there's a lot of changes, a lot of this and that, right? And you want to move back to 1.4 or even 1.3, I have a video that will be down in the description below on how to change your patch back, right? So like always, hopefully this video was informative. Ask me any questions, and like always, stay safe. Oh, by the way, I got a new Discord. Go join it. We got a couple people. We're doing a good, you know, it's a good little community. Come join it. Come say hello and all of that. And yeah, guys, stay safe.